The sole advance brief that was issued to me was the fact that Glowboys was about the nuclear racket generally, and the notion of perhaps man in the workplace. I think I was told that maybe a few days in advance, which led to this misspent weekend in some godforsaken, bogus, New World, US-style canteen with very metallic, as I said, rather bogus furnishings and interior. This notion of, I suppose, people claiming to be someone that they're not to make money is, I suppose, relevant, given the fact a glowboy is someone who goes from nuclear reactor to nuclear reactor with bullshit identification, claiming to be someone that they're not, and undertaking more work than they're supposed to for over the odds money, even though they may well have actually exceeded the accepted dosage of exposure to radiation. I was told I could change in some women's toilets, which are normally used by athletes, sports students, and I somehow or other succeeded in, I suppose, auto-incarcerating myself by somehow or other locking myself in. I don't know how I managed to do that. And after an extremely intense, traumatic panic, managed to get myself out of there, by which time my makeup had turned into a liquid, glossy, very reflective quagmire, and I ventured out onto the set, I think, and I picked up a copy of, I think it was The Guardian. If you can imagine, 2 pages, the centre pages, completely wasted with a rather long article about the most recent, predominantly about the most recent developments with the American heavy metal band Van Halen, which was actually quite revelatory, because I wasn't aware before that Eddie Van Halen was actually born in Holland, in Europe, not in America, that his father was a traditional European, I think, oboe player, and that Van Halen are actually a band of instrumentalists, and that they've always had a selection of lead singers, which is quite interesting. If you remember, I suppose, there were people like Dave Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. When Van Halen and his family were immigrating, not unlike some cockroach-infested immigrant ship over to America from Europe, his father was in the band on this, I presume it would have been like a liner, and he got all his sons, including Eddie Van Halen, to put a hat round all the audience, of all the other passengers, to collect money. And when it was all divided up, they were given just like a couple of dollars each, and their father said, "Welcome to the music business." And just bear in mind, I had to read this constantly for 2 days,